we're keeping track of, are they improving as a year goes on? So far, I'd say a little bit. They're getting better. Technically, they are getting better. They got playoffs last split, and now they've already beaten Sentinels this time. Can they take down Dignitas, the next hurdle?
I like it. The big question, and you're like, maybe.
A little bit.
All right,
Somewhat.
so let's catch right back it, because Palafox, a lot of these very big games that he has had so far this split have been game number one. And so a lot of them have also been with Orianna, which Shopify was their first ban, targeting him. And so they decided to go with the Cassiopeia, which has been very flexible, can easily slot it down to FBI in the bottom lane if they don't get a good matchup here for the mid lane angle for Palafox.
Also, our amazing stats guy Leo's checking into Contractz claim just to make sure that we can get confirmation, because that would be a cool statement game then for Shopify if they're able to do that. It's going to be Lucian and Milio locked in here for Shopify Rebellion's bot lane versus potentially that Cassiopeia for FBI. If you believe in still the Mage's bot lane, those changes though, all those 80 carries getting those magic resist buffs, and also some of the itemization changes coming in here.
Yeah, it's definitely very good for the AD carries here. And Lucian Milio, such a powerful bottom lane, really trying to slam the priority early here. You can go a couple routes into it, and it looks like Dignitas are going to go the double poke, the Ezreal Karma here. This hinges, Kangas, as you know, on hitting all of your spells really early on here. If you can land your Mystic shots, if you can land your empowered Qs from the Karma, try and get your poke damage here, try and get that push in. Try and get that control on the bottom half of the map, which is going to be really big between these two teams with the importance of these two bottom lanes.
And then an answer in kind here for the mid lane. No, it's actually going to pivot away from the Ahri and towards the Jayce instead. Now remember, Contractz has played this to allow for a carry for Fudge, but this is also one of Fudge's kind of tried and true classics.
Yes, sir, it is. And Kangas, if you want to call the crazy shots, then you would even go as far as to say Jayce is a 4-roll, flex pick, because that Berserker do really well with it, and then you would have to put Lucian mid. So you would have to call a crazy parlay here.
If you believe the Jayce Milio bot lane, is that real?
Yeah. So you can,
I'm going to press X to that on that one, Kobe.
You would have to mess up everything in order to do it, but you could do it. All right.
Milio top.
Let's get back into it. It's kind of interesting here. Still banning the Olaf. We did see in LEC, Broken Blades Olaf was absolutely pummeled by Jayce early on, and then they dove him under tower, and he was got down to like up to 4,000 gold. I think was the biggest discrepancy in that game, but they're gonna ban it out anyway. Olaf has been hard to deal with for most teams if you don't have a really good jungler intervention. And the Jax and the Kled have been the premier answers. But we'll get back over to answering the Cassio, since that was the thing that Dignitas did reveal in deciding, hey, we're going to try and get the double poke here against the Lucian Milio. And so they're trying to ban out a lot of the good laners into Cassiopeia. Victor, it just farms well and scales well into it. And doesn't have a lot of the dangers when laning against a Cassio, so they don't want Zinie to be able to play safe and just scale up. Palafox really does want to try and get in there for the 1v1.
Put Zinie on something that has to interact a little bit more with the Cassiopeia, as it is Ahri locked in for Shopify's mid laner. They hovered this earlier, did not lock it in, went for the Jayce, but they still will lock in that Ahri now.
Shopify are very light on CC. Luckily for them, though, tank junglers got buffed on this patch. So Contractz, I think there's a lot of good angles right now to go for tank junglers. Skarner is very good as far as tank junglers. It's also the most common for pro play at the moment, but obviously you can still, you would rather have melee synergies to go for a Sejuani, but you can also do the Maokais or Zacs. They're just even less common, but right now they're running so light on structure for their team fight. I'm just expecting Shopify to try and round it out with a tank for Contractz here. From the jungle, they do clear, decently faster with the buffs to the jungle pet.
I'm thinking, though, because this is reminiscent of one of their drafts that they had earlier in the split, where they actually pivoted the Jayce into jungle for the Vayne top lane. Vayne is still available, so I just want that in the back of our minds. It would be the opposite of what you're asking for, because if you're looking for engage and more frontline, this is, I don't know if you can get much further away from that than a Vayne top lane.
They could do it and just go all damage.
or they could go for more of a bruiser jungle. Still not a point-and-click, hard, fast, engaged tool, but can get in there, can be a frontline, absorb some of that poke range damage from the Ezreal and the Karma.
And the critical part here is the early game dueling for the Zin. If you got pushing Jayce on top lane, you have Ahri to look for kills too. So with flashes for Zin and Ahri, they can fight a lot early on. Contractz here, I definitely expect him to be very, very active. This Zin has a lot of angles to go for here. See if maybe they can even gank towards the Ezreal. Ezreal Karma is just so safe a lot of the times, but if they're trying to push you under tower, then maybe they'll expose themselves a bit.
Mid-jungle synergy, the name of the game for Shopify Rebellion. Contractz with his new mid laner this year. They've been leveling up slightly, split over split, and now they have an opportunity with the engaged tools to make a lot of action happen. And Contractz even said, hey, Christian panics a little bit, when there's no vision around mid, so they're definitely playing into that.
He also said he's not going to lose to a guy with no shoes. And then Palafox picked Cassiopeia, which got updated to now be able to buy shoes.
But the character model still doesn't have shoes.
True.
So pick your side, really, on which one you think that reinforces here. Shopify Rebellion versus Dignitas. A tale as old as 2026 as the Ultimate Grudge Match Bowl Part 3 is underway.
All right. Yeah, a lot riding on this series, as you saw with the intro video. Could alter the course of history.
Reputations, player fines, all kinds of things on the line here.
I mean, the fall of empires.
This will be studied by historians in future generations.
Truly.
This match, as Palafox actually walks forward to get a ward down. The charm comes out early for Zinie as Contractz gets right on top of him. Palafox taking a huge chunk of damage to start off the laning phase.
I'm going to leave these stats up here now, because as I pull up the Palafox Game 1 stats, another little stat that's not shown there on the side is going to be starting HP. Because that will be significantly lower after the early visit there around mid lane. They get the exhaust out.
Whoa.
The exhaust is already used, as is the heal.
Okay.
From the bottom lane of Dignitas.
Well, already Raz's match of the week is delivering here, Kobe. Dardoch's going for an invade. Palafox starts lane at half health, and FBI and IgNar will not have 2 of their summoner spells in the bot lane 2v2. So no kills early on here, but definitely a lot of early action set up as Bvoy and Zeyzal will control the wave, hit level 2 earlier, and have the confidence to walk forward because there are only flashes available for Dignitas' bot lane.
And I do want to point out that Dardoch circumvented the ward on Raptors. So he did red, and then if you're watching the minimap, he wrapped around the red, jumped over the barren wall, and then has gone for this invade. So that's why you get some question mark pings there from Shopify, from Contractz. And Dardoch has done a nice little tricky invade here. We'll see if Contractz is able to alter. He's not. So Contractz is still going to proceed to his topside jungle, even though they are kind of question mark pinging these Raptors. And now he wants to go take them / fight for them with the extra ping there as well.
Because as a jungler, Kobe, you could probably assume if you see that he's starting on the bot jungle, I would assume, and then passing up if you didn't see them on the Raptors. But a reminder, it's old news on Palafox Summer. Like you had just shown, it's Palafox Game 1, baby. His stats in Game 1s alone are exceptional. And already he survived that early rough start. He's still even in CS and staying alive.
And that's a critical moment here for Contractz, because all of the camps down after the counter jungle for Dardoch, who has gotten back after the reset to also remove those Raptors that they had vision on. And so Contractz is left without things to farm, but if he can force some action and just fight his way towards crabs, you aren't actually down yet.
The junglers are extending trades here in the jungle. Dardoch in the 1v1. Zinie's coming up, and so is IgNar. Flash forward from Zinie, looking for the damage. Contractz following up, but into the brush. And he's still alive. He got over there, as now the rest of Dignitas, the trap onto Contractz. FBI gets the first blood as IgNar will walk away. Dignitas get their jungler out of there.
Dardoch does not panic. Kangas, under no circumstances does he panic. He does not hit his flash early. He's holding on to it, waiting for the team to collapse. And then after Contractz and Zinie both flash on him, he saves it till the end, and he's able to escape. Take a look at this once again. The teleport from mid lane on a mini map that you're seeing right now is a critical critical factor. That's why Contractz and Zinie get the early start on Dardoch here. Palafox had to come from base. He flashes over to the side, then dodges into the brush. Flash over here. They can't follow him. They already committed, and now they're in the miasma. FBI collapses, Palafox collapses, and IgNar escapes with his life as well.
Fantastic series of plays from the side of Dignitas. The jungler lives, the bot laner gets the kill, and is now 500 gold up over Bvoy.
Jungle is all about team play here, Kangas, and collapse from both teams. Shopify thought they had the big advantage here, and they double flash to ensure it. But Dardoch zigzagging there, they weren't able to get the full damage onto him, and him escaping is critical. Palafox getting the upper hand in the beginning of this grudge match.
And add on to that, Dardoch had the successful invade. Contractz was not able to get a lot done afterwards, so Dardoch is ahead in the jungle. Top lane for Shopify Rebellion is going all right for them, as Fudge is able to get a two-wave clear or advantage over Denathor. Now just one wave here, as Denathor was able to TP back up. But that's really the only area for Shopify Rebellion that has a gold lead. Contractz and Dardoch finding each other now in the jungle once more. This time Dardoch jumps in onto Contractz. Palafox is nearby. Big chunk of damage. Dardoch is winning the 1v1 trade. Zinie lands the charm. Trying to get the Foxfire, the Spirit Rush to dodge around Palafox. Not enough damage for the kills, and he might look for more though. He should have one more take of the ultimate. He just throws out the Orb of Deception for the kill, and Zinie picks one up for Shopify.
Zinie keeps up the chase, finds him at the Raptors. Kangas, I thought it was going to be even better for Dignitas because they had that red control ward you see in the banana brush here, right by the river that saw Contractz walk in there. But in the end, it's Shopify that fight right back. This is gonna be double exhaust again.
Yeah, exhaust from both bot laners. Zeyzal taking a lot of damage here, but Bvoy is still healthy. They'll still decide to back off here, as FBI and IgNar have been getting the better of these trades since that rough summoner trade early.
This is what the people expect, Kangas, when you schedule an ultimate grudge match.
Bowl.
They expect both sides slamming these fights. And we've had both junglers go down as the casualties. So we'll see about the next reset here. They do have control ward on Dragon, so nobody going to be able to sneak that one. But last time around, Palafox had been kind of dry on mana there in the Cassio, so wasn't able to continue to follow the play. And Zinie was able to keep it up and find the extra kill here. That's going to be very, very nice because early Sork shoes on Zinie means that Ahri really can have the advantage for roaming and making a lot of these skirmish plays. Once her ult comes back up, Zinie has a lot of extra mobility here with the tier 2 boots already purchased.
Flaunting the shoes on Palafox, saying, hey, I got him, you don't. Palafox still building into the Rod of Ages. Could be more of a scaling, stacking build for the Cassiopeia, so coming online a little bit later. Expecting Zinie to have another window to make action happen, because Zinie kind of saved that jungle conversation that we were just having. Dardoch had the successful invade. He's able to survive the counter invade and get a kill for his bot laner, but then Zinie showing up and backing up Contractz in that moment puts Shopify kind of back in this game. Otherwise, we were approaching a moment where Dignitas maybe would have been able to snowball.
I love it. The extra tension here.
Yeah.
And now we're going to see, after another clear here from Dardoch, if he's going to be able to answer Contract's move on bottom side. I don't think there's going to overcommit to it, but Ezreal Karma, sometimes you can kind of draw the enemy team into an extended attempt on bottom lane. They're not going to overchase, though, from the side of Shopify, and so Dardoch's just going to be able to clean up that Scuttle Crab, no problem, and we will remain calm here.
It's so tough to actually lock down a Karma Ezreal, especially when there's still summoner spells on the Karma, so Contractz will just be spotted, walk back up towards the top camps. Dardoch has just been power farming. Now goes for a reset, picks up some more components here as Contractz will head up towards the Grubs. Palafox straight down to Zinie, meanwhile, chunking out the Ahri in a good exchange. Contractz is now on the Grubs, but his mid laner is quite low.
Yeah, and enemy jungle's just refarming another clear.
Old bot lane from Bvoy. Big trade back onto FBI and IgNar. And it looks like there's going to be no contest at the Grubs, actually. Dardoch's just back into his camps.
And since there is no contest and we have a moment of calm, we have a very critical question for all of the chatters.
Ooh, okay.
Something that you would like to decide for us. Would you rather, right now, have Palafox or Zinie on your team Please vote in chat.
The catalyst of the Ultimate Grudge Match Bowl. It was Palafox leaving Shopify, Zinie coming in.
Yes.
And, okay, is this overall on your team or just game one?
This
Kobe?
is overall. This is on your team. You're building a team, Kangas. You're committed to this team. Who would you rather have? Make your choice right now, Palafox or Zinie.
See, I'm torn because Zinie already has a kill right now in this game, so that's a pretty good argument. But we showed the stats from Palafox earlier from game ones. So I don't know. I don't know. Where are you leaning, Kobe? Do you want to sway the poll right now? It looks like it's actually Zinie favored currently.
This is for chat to decide.
Ooh, Petrifying Gaze goes after Palafox onto Zinie. He's able to sidestep it.
Get your votes in quick.
Does not stare down the eyes of the Snake Lady, as it is close to 50-50 here in the poll of which mid laner you would like, with a slight edge for Zinie currently.
A lot going into it as well. And Dignitas, pretty nice take on the objective there for them. Dardoch has, played pretty good attention to this bottom triangle of the map. Double control wards for them. Actually getting swept out right now.
Palafox actually went over 50. He's in the lead.
Was it the extra Twin Fang that he was able to land on Zinie there, Kangas?
It might have been Zinie
this
missing
is so
that
close.
cannon.
It's 50-50 here, Kangas.
It is dead even right now. I believe we are ending the poll right now. So that means it is Palafox that should have it.
He squeaks it out.
All
so
right.
The people have spoken, and the people think that Shopify made an error.
Genius midfielder.
By 1%.
That's very close, actually. And I know that we say it a bit tongue-in-cheek, but the serious kind of undertones of that is the promise of Zinie versus the reality of what he has actually been able to show us so far in the LCS, along with Palafox in a bit of a resurgence split here in summer, stepping up and having a couple of better performances, specifically, again, in those game ones. We don't talk about the Annie, game two from last week.
Yeah, I mean, the people have chosen. They've drawn their battle lines now.
Yeah.
The viewers of this game is 50-50. Palafox supporters and Zinie supporters. So everyone will be on the edge of their seats for each mid lane duel. Meanwhile, we're going to track the junglers, though.
Okay.
Junglers have been a huge story for both of these teams. Dardoch, obviously, with his huge return to the LCS, and Dignitas really needing someone to come in and step up. And I think that he performed very well, in the debut week that he had with Dignitas, even though they lost. And to me, the best performance was how he held himself in all of the content and after the game, the Dardoch of old that everybody remembered from previous LCS, there was no flaming, there was no rage. It was very calm analysis the entire time from him, and liked a lot of the content that we got as well. There was this little nice behind the scenes moment
the
where
Dokla
he went
moment?
up to Dokla and talked to Dokla and just thanked him for being an inspiration for him to continue playing League of Legends. He's played for a very long time here, and it's hard if you don't immediately find success and you get knocked down, and continue to put in the work and being rewarded with another chance is such a warm story that we have had here in the LCS.
And while we're talking about Dardoch, I want to highlight some of the teammates that he's played with in the past. That we talked with them ahead of his re-debut here in the LCS, and they had mentioned all kinds of positive sentiment about him. And there's one in particular that stood out to me: Johnny Rockets, top laner that he played with. And I actually checked in with Johnny Rockets this week to see how he felt Dardoch's debut went in the LCS. Johnny Rockets, nice guy. You can trust a smile like that. He said it was sweet to see him back where he belongs in the LCS. Shame the first game ended how it did. He was looking like Dark God on Lee Sin. Absolutely incredible. So that was our little Johnny Rockets check-in right there. Happy to have him still as an esports pundit, as Dardoch's going in for an invade with his support, pushing back Contractz. Minute 30 until that dragon, so this is where we start to see the setup for vision around objectives if teams are going to want to go for it. Already an early control ward placed by Dignitas as Shopify rotate their bot lane up to try and get this Scuttle Crab. And they will do so.
And what does Johnny Rockets think about the Scuttle Crab going the other way, slipping through the fingers of DD God?
We'll have to check.
We'll have to check. He's doing good. He's trying to defend and make it harder for them to get back to the bottom lane minions right now. So,
okay, Contractz. There's that
good
complaining, but the poke is there as Zinie also gets chunked out from Palafox. The battle of the mid laners. Palafox with that 1% fan vote, showing us why. Pushes back Zinie. That's no Spirit Rush now on Ahri. 45 seconds until that dragon spawns. Zeyzal's back will even be stopped by Dardoch.
Yeah, you really want to stop some of the recalls there because they did get poked down, but it was so far in advance of the arrival of the dragon. They're trying to delay the back to maybe get a better opening there for the setup for that dragon fight. Mountain Dragon also takes a very long time. It's the tankiest of the dragons. So even though they got some good poke, not going to be able to rush the objective or anything afterwards. And so basically everybody does get to go for their resets anyway. Meanwhile, all this talk, Kangas, mid laners and junglers, guess what? Fudge is getting to work.
Yeah, he's gotten all those plates topside on his own. I don't think we've seen Contractz up in that lane yet. Long gone are the days of the supports coming up, and now we have supports coming up with Contractz. Everybody joins in to give Fudge the space he needs. That is a first turret taken.
I mean, Fudge this split has been excellent for Shopify. I mean, his Gnar games especially has had some very huge moments, lots of 2v1s from him, and getting the entire top tower quite early here for Shopify does some very nice things for this comp. This comp has a lot of early game power. They have the skirmishing, and especially here with Ahri, with Zinie still having his teleport, having his upgraded boots, flash and ultimate ready, they can definitely look for one of those trap plays. And since you've got Malignants early on the Ahri, you just spam out the attempts at these plays, use your ult, burn it, and look to see any picks. Right now, though, they're actually not looking for picks. They're just looking for the trade. We'll go top side of the map for Shopify as they're pushing in the long lane and taking the Rift Herald. And you assume that Dignitas will be able to take their second dragon here, even though the mountain does take a while.
They're actually pinging Fudge right now. Instead of starting up the objective, now they will start up the objective, but they wasted a little bit of time there. So Contractz will actually clear out the Rift Herald before the dragon is even half health.
Yeah, they're just clearing out the jungle and getting their vision down, prepping to make sure that it is safe for them to go for the other side. And then they also get the alert. A Rift Herald has been taken by Shopify, so they know they can comfortably finish their second dragon, and Dignitas continue farming ahead.
And now Contractz, with that freshly acquired Rift Herald, will just drop it mid lane. They already got the top turret. Gonna get a huge chunk on this mid turret as the Crystalline Growth will go down with one auto from Bvoy. The Rift Herald will walk up. No pilot needed, it'll just go in on its own. So more plates to Shopify Rebellion means more gold in their pocket.
And FBI's out of mana here, so they're gonna be under pressure pretty heavily. This is good for Shopify. Even though, nobody's getting killed right now, the pressure is unrelenting. They're pushing them off these minion waves, continuing to get tower damage. Again, no mana on the Ezreal. You're kind of useless there in mid lane, so it has to go all the way back. They lose another tower. The snowball here of early game gold for Shopify, although Dignitas still able to reset as long as they can keep it calm, for the next few minutes leading up to the next dragon. They should be able to fight on some pretty good points for themselves as well here. FBI is working towards his Muramana. See if he can get that combined before the next dragon.
I'm looking at Fudge right now, though. I mean, the next dragon's gonna be 4 minutes away. I'm assuming that more items will come in from Dignitas by that position, but currently, man, Fudge has a lead. 1,000 individual gold, that's 2 items completed. Serpent's Fang will help cut a lot of the shielding from things like the Ksante. The Karma is a big one. Palafox is not actually building towards that Seraph, so it's not going to be helping you in that regard, but still, it will give you a lot of utility in the 1v1 as well as in the team fights, because IgNar's shield is going to be much less empowered now. Bvoy finds a little angle here onto FBI. That's exhaust out from FBI, and not a lot of damage traded back, so a chunked out Ezreal as he looks for a little bit more onto Zeyzal right there. IgNar helping him out. Throws out the Q, gets some damage down as the invade from Dardoch and Palafox comes in. The Petrifying Gaze lands onto Contractz. Crescent Guard early. Dardoch's able to dodge it as Contractz has to try and get back to the turret. He will live. Zinie kills FBI on the side, and now he's looking for more. Charm falls up onto Palafox. That's an exhaust. A follow over the wall from Zinie. Palafox cannot flash away. That's a double kill to Zinie. All out from Denathor will get one back as Dardoch gets the kill credit. Shopify Rebellion are trying to retreat back into their jungle, but Fudge has just joined in on the fight. Rooted up, taken down. Denathor with the kill. It's 3 for 3 on the scoreboard so far. Even kills traded in this fight. In a 2-for-2 Dignitas scrap in the jungle.
What a brawl in the jungle. I thought FBI griefed it at the beginning there, trading so heavily with the Lucian, expending the exhaust and getting down to like 400 HP himself. But they still pull back the team fight despite FBI dying to the flank from Ahri. So our camera is down here, but you'll notice the teleport from the Ahri, and Zinie goes in. He's like, oh, FBI doesn't have exhaust and any HP anymore. Instant delete from him. Meanwhile, Contractz, you saw the entire time during live in the front and center on your screen, had gotten chunked so low, but they couldn't finish him off, even though Dardoch had a really nice start to the play. And so it ended up being very, very close as Zinie had to flash and trying to escape the rest of them. But Fudge was trapped. He was too far out in there. They're so squishy here. They're able to take him down and even up that fight, even after their AD carry was deleted at the very beginning of it.
And out of the replay, the Ultimate Grudge Match Bowl is dead even in gold. 34K to 34K. 3 kills to 3 kills in a minute 20 until that next dragon. You can't get games much closer than this. Maybe you'll find some at the Gas South Arena, October 3rd and 4th. Get your tickets now, scan the QR code if you haven't yet. Come join us. And if the games there are as fun as this game is, I think we're in for a great finals for summer.
Truly. I only hope that our finals could live up to the Ultimate Grudge Match Bowl.
You know what? I think we should, actually, I thought we were going to have a little invade there. No,
I thought you were going to say, you know what, we should seed both these teams automatically into the finals.
I was going to say,
I could see
I wasn't going to go that far.
You did predict Shopify to be #1
I did.
At a different point in time.
You know what? Maybe they make me an honest man. Maybe they pull it off this summer split.
They're gonna marry you up.
Well,
honest Kangas.
Unfortunately, I think that we already kind of promised ourselves
you're
here.
Smoking. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Once you make that prediction, you're kind of stuck with the team for the rest of the year, regardless of how they do. So that commitment's been made.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, regardless of how far either of these teams would make it in the playoffs, we should just have, a show match. The Ultimate Grudge Match Bowl Part 4. What's better than Trilogy but a 4th movie in the trilogy?
True.
Yeah. No, Fudge gets him poked there onto FBI. The Dragon's up in 5 seconds. This is the objective that we've been talking about for quite a while. The Shopify Rebellion have allowed 2 to go over to Dignitas. They could stop the stacking right here, right now, if they can get this objective. Currently, the setup here is, control the mid push. Zinie's in the bot lane pushing that in, but Denathor's already grouped up with the rest of Dignitas. So 5-man's walking in. FBI a little separated from the team, but now Zinie has a flank angle here, spotted out by the rest of Dignitas. If they can keep their eyes on the Ahri, then that's a lot of the threat gone. As Contractz now alone in the river. Everybody from Dignitas are collapsing onto the Zhao. The Crescent Guard will keep him alive for a while. He goes down. Dignitas get the kill on the Contractz.
Shopify were so split there. The other members were wrapping around the dragon wall, while Contractz was still at the dragon, and Dignitas
once more. Ooh, almost found the Spirit Rush into the charm. Low health bars from Dig. They got to back off. Everybody from Shopify are still full health, Kobe.
They certainly are.
Bowling comes out, not going to have enough damage to kill IgNar. And Petrifying Gaze over the wall. Palafox fancies a turn. Bvoy has the shields from Zeyzal and will get out of there. But that was a low health Lucian and a little bit of danger. Shopify will all go for their resets now. Contractz will be respawning. Nobody actually got the dragon.
Yeah, with their jungler being down, Shopify don't want to, press anything, but they are able to chunk out the rest of the members of Dignitas to push them back away from the objective, and with teleport being invested up to the top side of the map, should be a Shopify objective for themselves. They are opting here on Dignitas just to get some more money into Palafox up there at the tower, get that minion wave, get some turret plate money off the top side of the map, while they expect Shopify to be investing resources towards the dragon, towards the bottom side, but in fact, Shopify are not doing that.
Yeah, Contractz instead just spotted in the top river. Palafox knows, hey, there's an enemy jungler near me, has his own jungler in his back pocket, but they will all reset. Now Shopify are in the bottom river, could look at that dragon. And somebody's got to hit this at some point, surely. Shock Blast onto FBI, he's chunked down low. Fudge has been hitting these pretty consistently before the fights break out. The Shopify will now start up the dragon. Finally, 23 minutes in, the third dragon. Round 2, Dignitas are approaching. They have all members here. Palafox walked all the way down as Cassiopeia has the Rocket Belt available. Zinie's looking for the charm over the wall, not able to get it onto FBI as Dignitas can now reapproach here. They're going to look to engage onto Bvoy. Another dodge from Dardoch from Zinie's charm. Zinie will go back in with the Spirit Rush trying to get some damage down. The Dragon is the focus though, and Contractz is out of there, so Dignitas get the Drake. That's 3 stacked up.
This is huge. They're able to bully them off the Drake, even with, I really thought Zinie's angle here onto FBI was going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But he doesn't instantly go for the play. I thought for sure that's like, you know, Charm or even Charm Flash straight out of Fog of War and maybe go for the deletion on FBI again. But perhaps he was thinking, hey, the exhaust cooldown is up, so I don't want to overcommit to it.
Could be a myriad of things. Ooh, Palafox actually predicted that Zinie was in the brush. Throws out the Miasma. Petrifying Gaze will not land the stun, but he's just going to chase down Zinie, force the flash out of the mid laner.
Ezreal ult have enough?
Ooh, Zinie's able to spot that one because of Zeyzal in the brush, so Zinie walks away. But Palafox, I mean, that was some heads-up play right there, using the Rocket Belt to jump forward to spot out if anybody was in that Fog of War, and then see Zinie there.
All right, chat. Anybody switching sides, or are you all sticking with your choices right now?
Palafox
y'all
had that
sticking?
1%.
Yeah,
1%
I mean,
increase.
Zinie has gotten a lot of kills.
True.
But
900 gold up. Bvoy under the turret gets exhausted, has to flash away. Dardoch went deep for this one, trying to get out now. Is Zinie looking for his 4th kill, but it's a shutdown for Bvoy instead. Bvoy on the scoreboard with 1 kill to his name. Dardoch gets punished for the dive.
Uh-oh, yeah, that was unforced error here as they really try to force hard on mid. The only thing up, though, for them to really pressure on is Baron, but they're immediately teleporting and walking that way, Kangas.
Yeah, I mean, they have the numbers advantage. No enemy jungler for a Smite steal attempt. They'll take away the Blast Cone. The True Shot Barrage will land onto 3, so pretty chunked out. Baron is doing a lot of damage back to them as Dignitas are walking in. Palafox has 2 items completed on the Cassiopeia. Watch for the snake. Can Palafox get into a good position for this fight? Contractz jumps in on the FBI, who just jumps straight away. That's Crescent Guard down. Shopify have to back away. Zinie looked for the charm over the wall, not able to land it. And Shopify will just back off with a TP out of Denathor.
I mean, Shopify just end up losing out on the play. They're going to lose their whole jungler right now, too.
The chase continues here. Again, the Petrifying Gaze will only be a slow, but that's Zinie now down. Denathor on a killing spree. Dignitas, they commit to the invade. They push him off the Baron and say, where are you going? I thought we were here to scrap. Let's just chase you down. And now they could look at Baron.
Yeah, Shopify, they're so squishy. They just took so much damage from Baron. They blundered their opening that they had with their kill onto Dardoch. They took so much damage from Baron. No real threat on it. Dignitas pushed them out. They get the kill. They get the tower mid as well, by the way. And the Baron, Kangas.
Wow, what a turn. I mean, it started off with them being in a rough spot, getting picked out. But again, all they needed was the extended push and Shopify to do the classic blunder of throwing a Baron. So many teams have tried to go for an early Baron and get punished for it.
Sometimes what seems like a blessing may be a curse.
Ooh.
The blessing of, we killed the enemy jungler. What do we do now,
Smite
Kangas?
contest.
Let's all go run into the Baron pit. And
yeah, and take 3
then they ended up
three
losing.
champs getting chunked by True Shot Barrage. I mean, again, they got the TP out of Denathor. You could see the game plan from Shopify was get out afterwards. But
yeah,
Dignitas had a good play to say, no, don't let them run away.
Yeah, in these scenarios, it's really hard because you're using so many spells on Baron.
Yeah.
But really what you want to be able to set up here is draw the enemy team over so you can get your 5-on-4 fight while the Nafiri is dead. And they don't have like an Ahri charm, play to start it out while Dignitas are coming to check or anything. And so Dignitas, in the end, just win out so heavily. And since they're the ones with, true front line of Ksante, backed up by Ezreal Karma poke range, and Cassiopeia that is now level 16 with an arm guard and with flash. This is a hard carry mage, and it's going to be really hard to deal with this Dignitas team comp with Baron buff on top of it. You've got Ezreal Karma poke, a lot of safety there. You're losing your whole jungle as well this entire time. And Dignitas, they're looking to regain control of the Ultimate Grudge Match Bowl. Remember, they won the opener, and they lost the second one.
Those
to
are the
Shopify.
sweets. Yeah.
And now they're looking to close out the ultimate grudge match until we extend it to a best of 5.
Yeah, then it becomes like a whole thing where we keep going. They're going to match each other in playoffs.
Oh, we're going to extend it, all right.
20 seconds until the next Dragon. This is Soul for Dignitas, and they have the 3.7k gold lead. A lot of that on their jungler and their top laner. Their front line is strong. Petrifying Gaze just going to slow Bvoy. Again, not quite landing the mark. Palafox has not been able to get the big stun he's looking for a couple of times in a row here, but Dignitas do still control the approach from the mid lane. Zinie has another flank here, unspotted by wards. If Dignitas don't spot the Ahri, that could be the hero that Shopify need. Watch Zinie. Denathor's going to chase down Fudge. FBI's walking forward. If FBI gets hit by that charm, right over the wall, he's on vision. Oh, the charm goes wide! FBI's still going to take down Fudge, almost gets the kill. Zinie pushed away. Contractz is looking at the Dragon, but in goes Dardoch. Bvoy goes down, double kill to Dardoch, make it a triple as disaster for Shopify Rebellion. They'll deny the soul, but they'll lose 4 for it. And Zinie's even getting chased away. If he falls, that is an ace for the Dragon. Disastrous trade for Shopify Rebellion. At the very least, Zinie's back will be delayed here as Dignitas will push mid lane and continue the chase onto Zinie. Charm goes wide. IgNar's looking for it. Portal combat. IgNar's all they need. Oh, the Q goes a little wide. Couple autos. Can he get him? There it is. Ace for Dignitas.
All right, I think we're going to have to wrap up the first game, Kangas, of the Ultimate Grudge Match Bowl. Remember, do not be a game one Andy with your grudges here, okay? Dignitas and Palafox may have the upper hand in our series, but it's just beginning.
It's just beginning.
This is just the beginning,
Hey, if
folks.
the first one was Dignitas winning 2-0, the second one was Shopify winning 2-0.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm chunking Zen, He has Q charge, That's good. Jayce is dying.
No, be kind for me. No, be kind for me.
Yeah, I'll block Ahri, okay?
Watching Ksante, watching Ksante, watching Ksante.
Nice, Ksante. Nice, Ksante.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ksante moment.
Dragon, I go.
I smited Milio, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going. Yes, one more jump.
I'm gonna go bot. I'm gonna go bot.
You can go bot, yeah.
Then the third one, it's got to go all the way, right?
Surely.
So, yeah.
I have to say there, though, during that replay, you know, FBI is just going all out on Fudge. I feel bad for Fudge. He's trying to bait FBI over to the Ahri for the Ahri charm combo play, but...
And now the re-engage here. Dardoch jumps in straight onto Bvoy. The true shot barrage is enough! FBI just snipes Bvoy down from long range. Ooh. Give this guy a sniper medal right now as that will be engaged from Contractz. Jumps in with the Crescent Guard. Zinie looking for the Spirit Rush. Palafox goes into the stasis. Now FBI can walk forward. Fudge again gets baited into the fight and again will go down. That was Shopify's last effort as Dignitas can barrel down this mid lane here. It's 3 members up versus 5 of Dig. That's a reset from Palafox, who will TP back into the mid lane. Dignitas already started hitting the Nexus turrets. Shopify, they don't have their ultimates available. They don't have any amount of gold in their pocket to turn this fight. Dignitas in the Ultimate Grudge Match Bowl Part 3 will strike first in game number 1, 12-4. They didn't even need the Dragon Soul. FBI almost goes down and does get shut down. That signs the light for Shopify. Maybe Dig were playing with their food a little too much, but they got the autos on the Nexus. GG, game 1 to Dignitas.
And I must say, Dignitas bringing in Dardoch for a grudge match seems wise.
Yeah.
Dardoch had a very good beginning of this game. He only had the one kind of excessive mid-tower dive, but other than that, I think he had a very positive influence on Dignitas' side of this Ultimate Grudge match.
What do you think, Lounge? What do you think? Is Dardoch the guy?
Yes!
Yes!